Thank you,
Recording in.
Siri.
Thank you, Sri. Thanks, Sri. I've decided to take the first I out.
Yeah, why
Thanks,
not?
Sri.
Tree sounds more exotic anyway.
It really does.
Mm,
Yeah. Who thought of the name Siri? Is it an acronym?
probably. Standard no. I'll ask Steve Jobs when I get the Ouija board out this week.
Oh, I just on that before we introduce, just on that, I need a new phone.
Mm.
I'm waiting until this phone dies, but I would just like to say that the Barbie pink
Oh my God,
iPhone
how
16.
pretty is it? Oh, but you know what my issue
Oh,
is with Apple?
mm,
All the standard like iPhone 16, 15, 14, they get fun colors. You
mm.
upgrade to the Pro for more things like better camera, better bits and pieces, and you get black, gray, and white. Why don't we get
Yeah.
Barbie pink? I've never
Well,
understood that.
like I don't understand why people need pros unless they're like recording like movies, and I don't understand the difference because like I just use a like
Yeah,
normal boring one, right? Um, I don't know, but like you'd think for the money that you pay for it,
you can pick
you'd
your fucking
probably
color.
you pick your color. But I'm very excited that I believe in probably about a month when all of the hoo-ha dies down. She's getting herself a Barbie pink one. Like, come on. It
I am
was
thinking
beautiful.
about downgrading from a Pro to a standard iPhone just for the
Let's
pink.
do it, right?
It's. I'm going to Chadson today, so I might actually go into the store and actually see it in person because it could look quite
Yeah.
kind shit.
Most things look better in person than they do on the interwebs anyway.
Yeah.
I'm very excited.
It's
I
gonna look so
almost
pretty.
I almost ended up having it like yesterday. I almost pre-ordered it last week.
Yeah.
And the one thing is I don't ever want to go on a plan. I just buy my phones outright.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? I'll just wait for all of the hoo-ha to die down.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll take a 15-minute drive up the road to the local Apple store.
Yeah.
I'll go in and barge my way in without appointment, like I always do. Because should you make an appointment at a shop in a shopping center?
Yeah, I've never understood that.
Right. And I'll go in and go, and I'll take the pink one, please.
Mm-hmm.
And may look at getting another iPad because I bought an iPad when my wife bought a new phone about 6 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see the iPad. She uses it
Can't
all the
imagine
time.
where it's vanished to.
Right. So, like, I might end up just like buying an iPad while
I
I
do
as
love
well.
an iPad.
Yeah. So, anyway,
Hi.
welcome to Pop Goes the Rainbow. I'm Cass, and this lovely creature to my stage left is,
Ego.
and we are going to Queerflix and chill.
Music
We're going to
minute.
have music minute. We're going to see what popped our rainbow because I got it right this time. We're
Well,
hoping
for
that
now
the
you got it right.
memories, yeah, I know. We're hoping that the memory is going to be a little bit better. And then we're just going to talk about anything, nothing,
And
life
everything.
and everything, whatever. The one thing that's really distracting me on my screen right now is that while I'm talking to you, you guys can't see it because it's on my screen, is that there's a piece of fluff that's just blown in onto my laptop screen and it's right on the end of my nose. So hang on a minute. That's better.
Oh, see, it's gone now.
It has gone now. It was really distracting too. Like I was just talking then and all I could see was like this little piece of like fluffy stuff right on the end of my nose. And I actually had to go, oh no, it was on the screen and stop myself from like trying to swat it away or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's been a couple of weeks. How are we doing? What's going on? What's
I've been
happening?
doing well.
Yeah.
Yeah, not much has been happening apart
Mm-hmm.
from every concert has been announced in the
All
past
at the
two
same time.
weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Since we talked at last episode,
Yep.
I think Green Day got announced
Mm-hmm.
with AFI. Kylie Minogue, Dua Lipa, The Dare. There's too much going on. Katy Perry's apparently announcing her tour next week.
Hmm.
Gaga's apparently planning a massive stadium tour for next year.
Oh, I
It's
have to
just,
go
we
to that.
need to stop on concerts for a little bit.
Uh-huh.
I swear no one toured the first half of the year, and now suddenly, like in March so far, who have I got? Billie Eilish, Dua Lipa, Kylie Minogue, The Rogue Traders, all in 1 month.
Wow.
How is this happening? 1 month. A month is 4 weeks.
Yes.
I just spread it out. It's really pissing me off. It's pissing my bank account off because Kylie Minogue is a little expensive this tour.
As I
Um,
said to you, unless she's giving me a lap dance.
yeah. I'll put the prices on the screen so we're not getting lap
Mm.
dances $50.
Although
Although,
considering she did, when she released that country album, Gold, whatever it's called,
mhm.
she did a small little concert tour.
Yeah, I went to the Golden Tour. It was at Sydney My Music Bowl. I think I paid $110 for the lawn because it
Right.
was like the outdoor lawn kind of
So
thing.
in Sydney, it was at the ICC.
Oh,
And then, yeah, and the tickets were like $150. So, Padam Padam, great song. The album's okay, I believe. So, because
why are we paying $300?
this is what I'm saying. Like, is it because everyone saw that people were willing to like mortgage their houses for Tay Tay? I mean, I'm not going to lie. We actually paid a decent amount of money for Adele, but Adele's a unicorn. We knew that that was never going to happen again.
I don't think she's ever
Right?
going to come back to Australia.
That's right. And we had a feeling, and that's why we went, fuck it. We'll just, whatever it cost, that's what
Yeah.
we'll pay. But for things like this, like the last concert that I went to of Kylie Minogue's was the Showgirl when she had to do it again after the cancer and
Oh, the
everything.
homecoming
The
tour.
come right, it was great. It was fantastic, and I am more than willing to pay maybe $200 for a ticket.
Mm-hmm.
Decent, right? 200 or 100
Yeah.
if the seats are further away. But when we're looking at $300 in an economy like this, like people
So
need to take a step back.
is it because of inflation? Is that why concert tickets are so expensive? Is it because now she's a global? Because before this, she's really blown up in America since this whole Tension album has come out.
Yeah,
So
but
is that why they're capitalizing on her now?
the thing was she was decently big anyway over there because Can't Get You Out of My Head was like
Yeah.
was her reintroduction because she did try in the 80s, right?
Yeah.
So but that was her reintroduction and then she won the Grammy about 20 years ago,
Mm.
right? So she's known. And the gays over in the US idolize her as much as they do any other icon. Like, it's not like she
Yeah.
burst onto the scene 2 years ago and everyone went, who the hell is this? Like,
Yeah.
people knew who
That's
she
what I don't
was.
get.
I mean, the only
Because,
thing that I can think of is that because of how much everything costs now, it will cost a lot of money to do it.
oh, of course it will.
People are probably still recouping financial losses that they experienced during the pandemic. I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
but like we're also talking about people who are millionaires into the hundreds of millions of dollars. So boo boo you.
Yeah.
But like I don't understand. Like I remember like going to see Celine Dion for the first time, and we thought that the tickets were expensive at $89, and it didn't matter where you sat. It was
Mm.
$89.
Yeah.
Right. So when it was like, oh, you've got to pay nearly $200 to go and see Celine Dion, everyone's going, that's expensive. That's
Mm-hmm.
cheap now. For
Yeah.
2 tickets, that's cheap.
Yeah.
And even Tay Tay's lowest paying ticket, which is, I believe like $79,
Yeah. $60, $70.
right, is less expensive than, help me, Billie Eilish's cheapest ticket,
Mm-hmm.
right? But what I don't understand is, like, don't get me wrong, I'm not a Swiftie at all. I know about 5 or 6 songs of hers or whatever, but I'm sorry, when you're ranging between $80 and $1,200 or $1,300 a ticket, read the room, right? Read the
Mm.
room, read the fact that everybody is crying poor because it costs so much money to pick your nose nowadays,
Yeah.
right? So like they need to be a little bit more reasonable. We're talking about,
Yeah.
and I'm not, I don't mean to be piling shit on Tay Tay. I'm just using it as an example.
Yeah.
She's a billionaire
Yeah.
and she's got the high to charge $12 or $1,300 for a ticket,
Mm-hmm.
right? Kylie Minogue charging $300 a ticket. I don't know how much the ones for Billie Eilish were. The most
I think I
expensive ticket
paid
for Adele is
200 for
800.
Billy, I
Okay.
think.
So, but the most expensive concert ticket for Adele was $800.
I think I paid 250 for Adele when I saw her.
We paid 300.
I think I was like the first tier, so I had a great view of the stage.
We were really close to the stage. We didn't buy the ones because $800 ones were packages where you could go like
Well, like the corporate boxy
on
kind
the
of.
well, no, not even like you were right at the front where she was walking around on the stage, but you got a canopy. Went and picked up a boat that took you to Homebush Bay, and like there was like a cocktail party on it, and you got
Like a
canapes
full
and all of that.
thing.
It was a full thing
Oh,
that was
I'd
for
pay
eight hundred
that
dollars,
then
and we
for
were like,
Adele.
yeah, but we were a little bit cash poor then. Like it took
Yeah.
us time to save up the money, but
Yeah.
yeah, $300 for like a concert ticket. I mean, and we know she's going to be back.
Yeah. Also,
It's a bit,
the fight for getting a concert ticket, when
it's
did that happen?
ridiculous. I don't know,
I've
but
seen Beyonce, I've seen Madonna, I've seen Kylie like 10 times.
Mhm.
I could just log on at the ticket time, go in, purchase my ticket, no anxiety. Now,
Same with
Jesus,
Adele.
fuck me. Yeah,
Yeah,
Adele, I literally logged on a minute before, was in the queue,
same.
1:05, I think they
Bang,
went on
done.
sale, had a ticket. I'm like, great, back on
Yeah.
with my day.
Little bit of a
Taylor
problem
Swift,
with like getting emails and stuff, but that got itself all sorted out. But
yeah,
now, like,
Taylor
we
Swift,
tr
I had to take the day off work to try and get a ticket. I was on there for 10 fucking hours. Billie Eilish was a panic attack. Like
yeah,
I'm not sure if it's because since lockdown everyone wants to be out. But
maybe.
concert tickets have never been more stressful in my
Do
fucking
you
life.
know how to get around it? I don't know
Don't
if you
go to
still have
fucking
one in Melbourne.
concerts.
Well, that, but but I don't know if they still have them in Melbourne.
A
There is
Ticketek office?
one Ticketek office in
No,
Sydney
I
at
can't do
Penrith.
that. Do you know why?
They don't have any?
Since Taylor friggin' Swift came, all the
Mm.
Swift is like, oh, that's right, they have offices. So now what happens? They line up
Everyone
at the
just goes to the
Ticketek
office.
offices as well.
Yeah, because they don't have to sit in line. And then the person
Oh,
who's going up to the counter is just because the different operating system. So that's what
it's
everyone's
just
doing. We were talking about it last night. And my
mm.
wife said to me, like, maybe you guys should just go to a Ticketek office.
Even if Born This Way ball, right? So Gaga's biggest tour she's ever done.
Yeah.
Well, in Australia anyway. She had like 5 shows in each city.
Yeah.
I just walked my little ass down to Greensboro Plaza,
Yep.
walked into Ticketek at like 9 o'clock, went, hi, I would like 2 general admission. Absolutely. Done. Out.
Yeah. Yep.
Now, to get general admission anywhere, you need to fucking sell your left leg, your kidney, wait online for 12 hours, sign up to 10 different pre-sales.
Mm.
I don't know if it's Ticketek and Ticketmaster trying to fuck with people, but my God.
I mean, it's great that they have a marketplace, but we're like, so we tried to get Taylor Swift tickets, right?
Yeah.
I only tried on the day for you. Sitting there for like fucking 10, 11, 12 hours a day trying to get on the marketplace with that fucking stupid blue line,
Mm-hmm.
right?
And the
It was
photo of
ridiculous.
Taylor saying, you're in line. I don't care. Give me a fucking ticket.
Yeah. And then when you
Oh,
do get in and it goes, there's 6 tickets and you go, okay, well, I'm going to get them. And then you get them and it goes, oh, sorry, someone else already got in there.
take him off the fucking website.
Right? Like,
Oh,
so I'm guessing the theory for you and I is one of us is going to try for Sydney, one of us is going to try for Melbourne and hope for the best. I don't know.
I, I couldn't even tell you at this point.
I'll tell you in all honesty, if I go, if I don't go, I'm okay either way.
I haven't
Um,
missed a Kylie tour since I got to see the X tour.
mhm.
When she did like all her like her B-sides and stuff at like theaters and stuff, like a smaller tour, and she was in like
Yeah.
jeans and a t-shirt. It was great.
Mm.
I went to the Aphrodite tour, the Kiss Me Once tour, Kiss Me More. Oh, I forget what the album's called. Golden. Like I've been to all of them since, and
Yeah.
I'll be severely disappointed
Mm.
if I don't go. Not the end of the world, because again, she'll be back. She's an Aussie treasure, but I would quite like to go.
She'll be like, oh, the bank account's only down to 100 million now. I better go and do a tour.
She's like, oh,
Mhm.
Danny's doing
Yes.
TV. I should get on stage
I should
again.
get on. Yeah. They need to remember there's more than one Minogue. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, is that your cherry popping moment?
So, just so everyone at home's aware, before we did this, Cass said cherry popping again. I reminded Cass it is popped my rainbow, and she just said cherry popping again.
Yeah.
Do we rename it cherry popping? Like, what do you want?
No, it's rainbow. I know it's rainbow pop. Don't judge me. Oh, God. I was doing so well too.
And you were so proud, you're like, I'm going to remember this time. So is that what popped your cherry?
So, is this what's popped your rainbow?
Yes, this did pop my pineapple this week,
Your
concerts and all that kind of stuff. What popped your grapefruit this week?
Okay. Okay. I actually have. Feel free to judge. It's fine. I've got broad shoulders. It's all good. Okay. So the Emmy Awards were on today. Not today, this week. And I love me a good old award show gala.
Yes.
I love all of this. I'm going to say it was about 25, 30, maybe 35 years ago. So when you announced the winner, you used to say, and the winner is, right? And they went, you know what? That's not fair to the people who lose, and you make them feel bad. So we're going to have,
Well, it's not fair that they lost.
no, I know, but like they go, instead of saying and the winner is, it's and the Emmy goes to, and the Grammy goes to, and the Oscar goes to, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, to not belittle the people who are also nominated, it just so happened that at one particular time someone was slightly better than the other.
Yeah.
So they kind of went a bit PC, right? To spare people's feelings. Here we are, 30, 35 years, however long later, in the age of political correctness, and and not wanting to offend people, still saying, ladies and gentlemen.
Mm-hmm.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to announce the next people who are giving away the award. Ladies and
Yeah.
gentlemen, blah blah blah. Ladies and gentlemen, am I the only person in the world who's picked up on this?
How else would you address them formally? Because at drag shows, I've
Everyone,
heard,
everyone.
yeah, I get, because at drag shows, I've heard things I shouldn't be saying out loud because they're not too nice.
Yeah.
But there's ways drag queens introduce people on stage for everyone to be involved.
Things like ladies and gentlethems.
Yeah, dykes and bottoms, all sorts of
Yeah,
things.
yeah, yeah. But that's par for the course in that. But we're
Yeah.
talking about
So
like
how do you say it professionally? Because I feel like everyone sounds too chill and be like, "Hey, everyone. Hey."
good evening,
Like,
everyone. We would like to introduce our next presenters.
I guess that could work.
Our next two presenters are going to be blah 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 blah.
But do you really need to address the crowd? The crowd knows they're
No,
there to
but they're still doing
see.
ladies and gentlemen, so they're obviously
Yeah.
addressing the crowd, right? And then I was watching one of my favorite things to watch on YouTube, and they're still doing ladies and gentlemen, which is fine because like it's whatever. But like award shows who want to be politically correct are not emphasizing the fact that there are so many different pronouns and they're just narrowing it down to two.
Do you think it's because if one changes, everything else in the world will have to change? Like Grammys,
Well,
like everything will have to
but they did that
change.
with the award goes to.
That's true, yeah.
So why is it taking, and how am I the only person in the world that's picked this up?
I'm sure there's one other person out there.
Maybe. And you know what? If that person's listening, like send a message. I'll be besties with you. But I'm just, what's good for one is good for everything. So if you want to say the award goes to, so you're not marginalizing, singling out, people aren't going to be upset by, then it needs to be the whole thing.
Yeah,
If people need to use pronouns of them, they, our, j'aime, gem, whatever the pronouns are, if this is the kind of world that we live in, and this is the kind of the society that we live in, it can't be cherry picked
yeah,
for separate occasions or whatever. If it's in general, it needs to be totally in general. And the
yeah,
fact that they're still doing it on award shows where you can still, and ladies and gentlemen, the host of this evening is, well, you know what? More than ladies and gentlemen listen. They
yeah.
thems listen.
Mm-hmm.
She hers listen, he hims listen, Z zems listen. You know, like, you know,
Yeah.
how cows listen, like whatever the pronouns are, you
Yeah.
can't just marginalize it down to two, because we all know that there is not just two pronouns.
Yeah.
So, like, that's what has popped my rainbow this week.
Oh, she got
Thank
it.
you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Actually, while I was talking, I actually wrote it down. So, and I looked at it really quickly.
Oh, so you cheated. Good.
Yeah. Oh, look, I'm always going to tell the truth when it comes to this shit. So yeah, you can't. They need to change the formula of everything.
Yeah.
They need to go, okay, well, in this day and age. And why somebody who doesn't have a they them pronoun or anything like that, why somebody hasn't called that out, I'm failing to understand. If there is
Yeah.
something that I'm missing, as in, you
Especially
know,
in the arts world.
and that's what I'm talking about. Grammys, Oscars, Tonys, Emmys, they're all artistic people. It's
Yeah.
all art. How has no one called this out?
Yeah. I have to email Mr. Award Ceremony Man person thing, they them.
I know that Oscars are the Academy, or the Academy something of Arts and Sciences.
Mm.
Like the Emmys would be close to it as well. The
Yeah.
Academy Motion Pictures Arts and Sciences is because it's
That
AMPAS.
sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah. But as I said, how am I the only person out of 7 billion people? Unless it's just, I've missed it in an interview somewhere, but I don't think I have. And no one's called it out
Mm.
during the award ceremony.
Yeah.
Outspoken people like Jamie Lee Curtis and all of that, who like pick up on the Meryl Streep, who pick up on the shit and just call it out as it is. How have they not done that?
I'm going to be thinking about this quite a lot now.
Yeah. So that's what popped me rainbow.
Oh, shit. Not your rainbow.
Yeah, me rainbow got popped on that one. Ladies and gentlemen, you're officially welcome to the popping on me rainbow. But I just, you can't live in a world where there are pronouns. And as I said, I just don't understand how somebody hasn't called
Mm.
it out, except little old me.
Yeah. Well, we'll email them and tell them to change it.
Yes.
Yeah.
The road to change starts with the very first step. And this podcast is that first step.
Yeah. We are step 1 of the 12-step program.
So, concert tickets you're popping of your rainbow, or do you actually have one?
No, that was it. Kind of just
Okay.
concerts. Been announced too much. Trying to get concert tickets, just concerts in general, just everything. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, it's just ridiculous. So,
Yeah.
yeah, and you know, award ceremonies, like fuck you,
Mm.
like pronouns, bitch.
Yeah, fuck. We have pronouns. Use them.
I still cannot get over the fact that no one, and considering that there were a lot of queer people who won Emmys this year,
Yeah.
no one, like, there wasn't a lot of, there was a little bit of politicizing, but there wasn't a lot. Um, and it was like, no one turned around and said, can you please stop saying ladies and gentlemen, because there are more
Mm.
pronouns than that in this room right now.
Yeah. Oh well. We're no one people. We're not at the award ceremonies yet.
If I was there, I would have said something.
I no doubt you would have. You would have walked on that stage and said, "Hi, it's me,
Oh,
Cass. This
excuse
pops
me.
my cherry."
Yeah. This pops the whole fruit basket because it's done on a global scale.
Mm-hmm.
And I am upset and annoyed at every single person in this room who has not called it out.
Yes.
I mean, I know it seems like it's, but you can't have the world aware of and then do things like ladies and gentlemen, because because there are people who don't identify that
Yeah.
way.
Mm.
That's just me.
Yeah, that's just you.
That's just me. So yeah. So my I have a quick fix and chill.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna keep it shortish and sweetish.
Yep.
But it actually, because I had a few, and then one of them popped into my head, like this, a totally different one popped into my head this morning. So in 1975, Al Pacino did a movie called Dog Day Afternoon,
Mm-hmm.
right? So essentially, it is Al Pacino and a friend um, organized a bank robbery of a bank in Brooklyn. Unfortunately, while they're actually in there, it turns out it was just as the bank had been cleared for the money to go back to Treasury, so there was only like $1,100.
Yeah.
Um, they're doing it for a good cause. They take hostages, they want to organize food for their hostages. They don't want to hurt anybody or anything like that. And the reason why they're doing it is because Al Pacino's lover needs money for a gender reassignment surgery
Oh,
in 1975,
Jesus.
right? Yeah. When you actually think of movies with Al Pacino, you think Godfather,
I don't think
Heat.
transgender people
You don't think
in
trans.
the
You don't actually
slightest.
see the character. Like you don't, from what I remember, you don't. But yeah, so the reason why his character needs the money is to help his lover pay for gender reassignment surgery
Huh.
in 1975. And here's the best bit, it's based on a true story.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
That's like that Danish girl movie with Eddie.
Eddie Redmayne.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was like, well, that was a recent-ish movie, but that was set back in like the 40s or 50s, I think. And
Mm-hmm.
she was trans and did the whole surgery thing.
Yeah.
There's actually a lot of those true stories from back then that pop up in movies, which
Mm-hmm.
is
So I mean,
nice.
it was a play and everything, but as I said, it was based on a true story. And because so the character takes the travel, I think it's traveler's checks from the bank, and burns the register in. That's what it was. He burns the register in like a garbage bin, and the smoke rising from outside alerts the police
Yeah.
that there's something going on. And that's when the two guys panic and take the hostages. Um, but it's also the movie, and anybody who knows anything about Al Pacino movies and quoting of movies, like Robert De Niro, like not Robert De Niro, Al Pacino, the Attica, Attica, that's from
Yeah.
Dog Day Afternoon.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, yeah. So as I said, like he has a wife and kids who also feature in the movie, but they're estranged. And I'm
Yeah.
assuming because he's taken on the lover. So I think when you look at it, you go, when you watch the movie, and it's a brilliant movie. This is why I'm talking about it as well. It's a absolutely brilliant movie.
Well, it's
It's
Al Pacino. I wouldn't expect anything less.
yeah, and the queer content in there of the gender reassignment surgery and all of that other stuff. But at the time, I would imagine that part of the reason why it could still play in cinemas and everything, because the person was transitioning to a woman, are they really queer? Is he queer? Because she's going to become a woman. So then, I think that's part of the reason why it managed to go through mainstream,
Yeah.
right? So, and as I said, like, aside from the fact that it's Al Pacino, it's just such a great movie. And then I was actually more surprised. I've seen the movie about 5 or 6 times, and then was actually more surprised when I was reading about it this morning to find out that it's based on a true story. This
Oh,
actually happened.
good for Al doing that for his.
Hmm. So Al Pacino, 1975, Dog Day Afternoon. Turns out, queer content in an Al
Yeah.
Pacino movie.
Who would have thought?
Who would have thought? Who would have thought?
Yeah.
Yeah. And as I said, it wasn't until this morning and I was going, what am I going to do for the podcast today? And I went, oh my God, Dog Day Afternoon.
Yeah.
Gender reassignment surgery. Yeah. So Dog Day Afternoon.
Wow.
Yep.
Have to
And
check
if
that
you've
out.
Yeah, and if you haven't watched it, you'll have to check it out. And if anybody is watching or listening and have watched it, go back and go, "Oh, it was queer content."
Mm,
Because as I said, it never occurred to me because it was just a great movie.
yeah.
And it isn't until I was like, "Oh my God, Dog Day Afternoon. Yeah, 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 yeah." So Dog Day Afternoon, 1975, Al Pacino, Queerflix and chill. Gugum.
I don't know why I thought Law and Order then.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Got a
Right
minute for
there.
music?
I do have a minute for the music of minutes. That'll be more than a minute
Okay.
because the title's still stupid.
We got to work on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Work in progress.
Mm-hmm.
Might take a minute to come up with a new name.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to start off shortly by piggybacking off last episode's music minute, which was the issue of Katy Perry. So
Yes.
her new album came out yesterday. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'll give it a listen, see what she's doing.
Wasted your time, right?
My God, it's a good album.
Oh, is it?
I was hoping to be like, I was gonna, because Woman's World, Lifetime's the two singles she did, awful songs.
Mhm.
Then she did one that came out for the VMA with someone, it's like a Crystal Water sample.
Uh-huh.
It's okay. Well, I'll just listen to the album and see what she's doing.
Mhm.
And as I was listening, I was like, oh, this is a problem. After my massive rant last week.
But the rant was in regards to who she's used,
Yeah, which
not
has still
actually the
pissed me off
album
still
itself.
because now this is such a fun dance club album. She
Mhm.
has Kim Petras on a song called Gorgeous, which is great. She has a song called Artificial, which is great. It's just a great solid album. And she
Yep.
really fucked herself over with Dr. Luke.
Yep.
And now it's just like, oh, this album's really good. And I do like listening to it. But the
Yep.
issue I still have is in the back of my head,
Mhm.
Dr. Luke made all these fucking songs. So
Yep.
it's like, am I supporting her by liking this album after it's all still Dr. Like, I don't know where I stand. Like, do I feel guilty for listening to the 143 album?
It's the whole Michael Jackson phenomenon, right? So we all know what Michael Jackson was accused of,
Yeah.
and, whether he did it or not is still up for debate because the guy's dead now, rest in peace, Mickey. But, do you separate the music from the thing? Or do you go, "I cannot listen to Michael Jackson music anymore because of what he's accused of,"
Yeah.
right?
Because it's like the same
So
kind of issue with Harry Potter and J.K. Rowling. I grew up with Harry Potter. I love Harry Potter. I'm not gonna go out and
Mhm.
support like new things they do.
Yep.
But if it's on Netflix, I'll watch it.
Mm.
But it's like, am I not doing what I'm saying
Are
by
you supporting
shitting on,
transphobia?
yeah, by just watching it because I grew up like I was 8, I think, when the first one came out. So it's like
Yeah.
always been there sort of thing.
But that goes back to the conversation we were having before we came on air, which is, when does cancellation occur,
Yeah.
right?
Because if
So
someone fucks
is
up
it
10 years after a project, do we then go back and delete everything? Or do we like them up and like it's a very confusing subject.
Yeah, that's why I said to you, there should be a cutoff. So the cutoff should be, I'm going to say the year. I don't actually think that this is the year, but I'm just throwing a year out there, right? So let's just say the Me Too movement, all the Harvey Weinstein stuff, all of this other stuff, it was 2015. Let's just say. Do we go, okay, from 2015 to present day, that's where all accountability happens. And from 2015 in the past, do we just go, that's just the way that it was? They've acknowledged it. They've said they're sorry. It won't ever happen again. They didn't realize at the time, whatever the
Yeah.
excuses were, right? At the time, it wasn't considered. They do now know that they have offended people, they have hurt people,
Hmm.
all this other stuff. They can assure us it will never happen again.
Yeah.
Is it, do we just do that?
I
So
think
it's
if they
kind of the same thing.
apologize and they make actual progress and show growth, etc.,
Yeah.
cool, great. You fucked up. Let's keep going. Whatever. The
Yep.
issue with JK is still doubles down on the transgender issue, which I could fucking kick her head in.
Right. So
Mm,
anything after that first initial tweet or whatever it
yeah,
was that she did with the transphobia, anything after that, yes, you are supporting transphobia.
yeah,
Anything prior to that, these are kids' books. These are
yeah,
books that got children interested in reading. These are books that got
yeah,
children interested in using their imagination in their mind. I've never read them.
mm-hmm,
I've never seen the movies. Don't care.
yeah,
But this there were people who were lining up to buy books.
yeah. They,
And in my opinion, if you're writing something that is causing young kids to eagerly await and anticipate like people are with concert tickets,
mm,
right? Lining up to buy books so they can read and use their imagination.
yeah,
If it happened prior to said tweet, said
mm,
date, whatever it is, it's
yeah,
okay. Onward. Anything else? Like if you're still following her on fucking Insta and X or Twitter or whatever it's called now,
yeah.
if you're still following her, you're a fucking idiot. You are supporting transphobia. Don't
So I feel,
care that she wrote it. Don't care that she wrote it
mm,
because she is not writing it right now. If you're still
yeah,
supporting her, knowing that these are her views, you're an idiot. Don't like you.
yeah. It's like people that still get Harry Potter tattoos and say, "But it was my childhood." It's like, yeah, but now you know she's a. So like,
And that money's not going to her.
yeah,
That
but
money's
it's
not
still like
going to anything.
promotion for
No,
her
but
though.
yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like that money's
Mm,
not going to her. It's not going to the actors or anything like that. You know what she's done. You know what she has
yeah,
said. You know her political views. You know her views in general. Her views in general towards transgender people are the same views that people would are exactly what menopausal women go through,
mm,
right?
yeah,
So you're not really a woman if you don't bleed once a month or whatever that. Well, guess what, sweetheart? I go through menopause right now. I don't bleed once a month.
yeah.
So does that make me less of a woman? Does that
Apparently,
make me apparently it makes me a man.
welcome to the club.
But that's what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
So with things like what you're saying, and I know I've just totally ragged all over your music thing, is there needs to be a cutoff. So
Mm,
with going back to Katy Perry, right?
yeah.
And the whole thing, do you separate the alleged incident from the music?
It's such a hard thing because of what he did.
Yeah.
And knowing, like, I'm such a big Kesha fan as well. And then
Mm.
half of it for me, for Katie, is I've been a fan of her since I was like a teenager, like 12, I think.
Yeah.
And then it's good music. So it's like, oh, it's such a hard thing because I do like the album.
Yep.
And I know it's going to be a great concert. Am I going to go? I don't know. Because
Yeah.
he's not going to get money for the concert. I don't know how payments work for this. Like, is he getting money for it? But then she hasn't really apologized for working with him. So it's like she's kind of ignoring the issue of rape, which is, I think that's what my biggest issue is. If she had to come out and said, "Hey, I fucked up with this,"
Yeah.
and then I'm like, okay,
I've broken ties with him, but this is what it is. It's happened.
yeah,
Sorry. I cannot fully express how deeply and sincerely
mm,
sorry I am. All of this. I can assure you that moving forward, I will never have anything to do with these kind of people again. Blah
yeah,
blah 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 blah. But that's not happening.
no, which I think that's what my issue is. Because even if she
Yes.
apologized, I'll still be pissed off knowing she had picked him out when, again, millions of
Yeah.
producers in the world.
Yeah.
And it's even worse that I do enjoy the album because it's such good, fun music.
Yeah. But then it comes
And it
down
could
to
have,
can you separate the incident from the
yeah,
music? But
which
then
I've
we go
heard,
move into the whole fucking P. Diddy thing.
oh my God,
And then someone was
chaos.
pointing out the lyrics of a Justin Bieber song where he
Oh, were
talks
they?
about like, yeah, like a Diddy party or something like that. And he's never going to be the same again. And like in the lyrics. And I was like looking at the lyrics going, fuck me. He's actually like, it's a cry for help.
Oh,
It's almost like he's outing them on the song.
because I know there is alleged, this is all alleged, don't sue us anymore,
All alleged.
that apparently there was rapey things with Justin or sex parties or something going on. Because there's like videos of P. Diddy like patting down Justin to make sure he's not wearing a wire or something like that I've seen on TikTok.
Yeah.
And then
Well,
Kesha put out a new version of TikTok or like redid that little in TikTok which like woke up in the morning feeling like P. Diddy. She's changed that and it's just like what? And apparently Jay-Z's involved in it. It I'm I don't want to
I think the involvement of Jay-Z was Jay-Z happened to be there, and then as soon as Jay-Z found out, went, yeah, this isn't for me. But like there was the interview when Justin Bieber was like maybe 14, 15, where like P. Diddy's going, like, yeah, I've taken him under my wing and stuff. And you can almost see like Justin Bieber standing there, like going, please help me, without actually saying it. So like lost myself at a Diddy party, didn't know that's how it go. I was in it for a new Ferrari, but it cost me way more than my soul. Wasn't worth all the fortune and fame.
What song was that it?
I want to say something like Stay.
Oh, might have to listen to this song. I'm not a big believer.
No, I'm not either. But I was looking at it this morning
But how
going,
did no one
oh,
pick this up years ago when he, unless they did and I
because
just
you
wasn't
know
in the
what?
fandom?
Because it could also be a case of without context, things mean different,
Yeah.
right? Um, yeah, but I was like, I was looking at it this morning and like, and so he's gone totally silent. Bieber's gone silent on the whole thing.
Mm,
Um,
I think because if things did happen with Bieber when he was a kid, I think he's shitting himself.
mm,
Because I feel like
considering.
if it did happen, I feel like Justin might feel embarrassed almost.
Well, also that, and you know what? In that kind of a what do you call it? Musical world,
Mm,
they're not exactly law-abiding citizens.
no, they're not.
But I what I always find funny about these situations is, yeah, something comes to light,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's always someone who goes, "This shit's been going on for years." It's like, bitch, why didn't you fucking say something then? Why did you wait until somebody else added it?
It's
Why
like
are you the person who's confirming everything now?
it's like when this started blowing up, the whole P Diddy thing. I think 4 days ago, this like maybe the week before when it started
Mm,
blowing up. An alleged audio of like Meek Mills and P Diddy having sex leaked, and like I've had this recording for years. But why have we not said anything?
yeah.
And it was like, yeah, the signs are there. So we
See,
waited how long then, and for what purpose?
so there was someone who worked for Diddy, or no, some rapper or someone. I can't remember. I read it really quickly. They went to a party, and apparently there were other rappers and singers and famous people just having sex with each other, having sex with just random people, all of this other stuff.
Mm.
And he was like, it made me lose some respect for some serious names in the music industry
See, I don't want to say I'm
and the
excited for
acting.
this to come out, but to see the names and the full story is
That's
going to
going
be
to be the
quite
disappointment.
exciting. Yeah.
Like there are going to be people who are revered that when these
Mm-hmm.
things come out, you're just going to be like, everything was a lie.
Yeah.
Like they're saying that like a lot of these people were high on ketamine.
Well, that's just
Like
puff
these were
stuff,
ketamine,
really.
like the white parties and stuff,
Yeah.
like full on ketamine and all of this. But like, yeah, but like they was seriously like,
Mm.
yeah, like famous people who were, yeah. So, yeah, it's gonna be really, really interesting,
Yeah.
to see to see what comes to light from this, but like shocking at the same time, but not surprising at the same. And apparently, a lot of this stuff. Here we go. Here we go. We're bringing it back to gay, right?
Ooh.
Apparently, a lot of this stuff happened when he was dating J Lo.
So J-Lo's in on it as well?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying apparently a lot
Oh,
of
if
this
she
stuff
was
happened.
the drama. Oh,
The drama, the drama.
because he was with J-Lo in what, 2003-ish? 2002?
Something like that. Do you remember the incident of the shooting?
No.
They were in a club or something, and there was a shooting, and P Diddy had something to do with it, and him and they were both there together, and then they had to like testify in court and stuff. I think it was.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
But apparently some of this stuff that's been the bad illegal, like truly
Yeah.
illegal stuff has been happening. What happened while he was dating, living with, seeing, sleeping with, whatever you want to call it, one Jennifer Lopez,
Oh,
who
interesting.
apparently might be back with fucking Ben Affleck now. They were seen together at some place the other day kissing.
I can't be bothered.
Can I just throw something out there? And I know that this is going to be very, very controversial, considering yourself. And I actually love me a good J-Lo. I
She's a
crushed on
shit
J,
person and she's a bitch of a person. Good music
right,
though.
right. And
Mm,
I actually crushed on her before everybody else because she was in a soap opera in like 1993 or something. Hers has had like what, 5 marriages now, and one of them
mm-hmm,
may or may not be ending again. I'm sorry, but if you walk into a room and you can't spot the idiot, it's you. What is the
mm-hmm.
common denominator of all of these marriage breakdowns? It's Jennifer fucking Lopez.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I think she comes across as, I think she's a bitch wife.
I think she's a shit person.
Yeah. And then she is in a movie with Bobby Cannavale, who is with the Australian actress, Rose.
Rose Byrne,
Is that her?
maybe.
He's with her. They've got kids together and everything. She was
Yeah.
in Bridesmaids.
Yeah, Rose Byrne.
Right. Yeah. Right. So there is actual footage from about 2 weeks ago where they're at, because they were in a movie together, J-Lo, or TV show, J-Lo and Bobby Cannavale, where she
Mm-hmm.
is openly flirting with him, touching his chest, doing all of that other stuff, and he's not giving two fucking shits about it. He's like literally looking off for everybody else but her. Like,
Yikes.
I'm sorry, but anybody out there who loves Jennifer Lopez, you can love her, you can love her music, doesn't make her a great human being. And I'm sorry, but when you are married 5 times, the problem's you.
Yeah.
It's not these other people. It's you.
Not to hang shit
Don't.
on J-Lo, but do you remember a couple months ago when her documentary came out and she did the whole I like to walk around with my hair like this. It reminds me when I was a youth or whatever. It's like I go to the bodega and get a ham and cheese and an orange drink if you know. If you know, you know. Like, shut up.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
She really shits me. I did
Yeah.
see her live though when she came here in like 2012,
She made a deal with the
2013.
devil though. Like for somebody who's like 54,
Not working too
55, she
well
looks
because her
fucking
fucking
great.
yeah, it looks good, but her career's where is it? She had a straight to movie on Amazon. She's not doing
Shrewd.
too good.
She's a shrewd businesswoman though.
Mm,
And like, she did the Vegas residency and all of that. And she did some good TV shows, and she was in, I'm sorry, but I like a couple of her romantic comedy movies. I like
Made in
Second Act.
Manhattan. I love
Made
it.
in Manhattan. Second
Monster
Act
in
with
Law.
Leah Remini.
Oh, yeah.
Leah Remini steals that fucking movie. I just like to throw out there.
Mm-hmm.
And like, the whole thing with she's my daughter, like type thing. Like,
Mm,
I'm like, you know, so I have like some of her stuff. Don't get me wrong.
yeah.
Do I think she's a great actress? I I will say this though. I do believe she was robbed of an Academy Award nomination for Hustle.
Oh, yeah. She was good in Hustle. Oh, and Selena, she was great in.
So we'll give her that, but like everybody has a good day. But
Yeah.
yeah, sweetheart, when you're on your 5th marriage, you're the problem.
Mm-hmm.
And you're actually making a mockery of marriage for the LGBTQ community who follow you like, your shit doesn't stink,
Yeah.
and, are trying to get equal rights and all of this other stuff. And you're an icon for them. And then you're making a mockery of the one thing that they treasure the most and they've
Yeah.
had to fight so hard for. Like,
Mm-hmm.
fuck. Come on, J-Lo, get it
I
together.
get
Monster in
2
Law was a
marriages,
great movie though.
maybe 3. Because shit does happen.
Yeah.
But 5, girl,
Yeah,
fuck
it's
off.
like Elizabeth Taylor, queer icon, all of that, 8 marriages, like, come on.
Mm,
Liza Minnelli, queer icon. That's part of the reason why they are queer icons. Like, let's be honest, because they, like, they've thrown themselves around a little bit.
yeah.
I mean, Liza Minnelli married a homo, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
Possibly 2, like David Guest. Come on. Come on.
I don't want to say he's a homo, but
Well,
honey.
he's no longer alive, so he can't sue us. So
David's dead.
No, he's not.
You can't do that.
What the is that?
don't
Okay,
guess.
he's a
He is a homo. And Angela Lansbury married a homo.
yeah, but
Her
she's
first
allowed to.
husband.
She's cool.
She's allowed to.
Yeah.
And this is why, I mean, whatever. But, Jennifer Lopez. And I'm sorry, but Ben Affleck is the grumpiest motherfucker to ever walk the face of the
I
earth.
don't get the attraction with. He's not hot.
No,
Am
the
I
only time
missing
he
something?
smiled, was
Is when he
before
slammed
he
the
had
door
his
or not?
teeth fixed.
Oh.
No, before he had his teeth fixed. And then he got his teeth fixed and then he stopped smiling. Like, why bother?
Mhm.
And he's not great. I didn't actually think Argo deserves some fucking Academy Awards. It was whatever.
I don't think I've ever seen one movie he's ever been in.
Well, he's Batman. I actually didn't
No,
mind
then
his
I
Batman
have,
in Batman versus Superman. I didn't mind his Batman. I'm old and grumpy. I'm okay with that. And the fact that it has the very beautiful, always will be beautiful Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
Makes a girl want to jump the fence, does old Henry.
Oh, Henry's beautiful. Love
He
Henry.
is thoroughly beautiful. So yeah, but J-Lo, get your shit together, bitch.
Yeah.
Please. Right? And
And
she's
you're a
pretty much
fucking
ended every
mother.
marriage.
Grow up.
Yeah, this is not a good example to be setting to you chilling.
No.
And she's pretty much ended every single one of them.
Mm.
And then the one person she didn't fucking marry, A-Rod.
Yeah.
She married everybody else. Why was A-Rod spared?
Maybe she asked her and he rejected her, and we just never knew about it.
Well, no, they were engaged, but so
Oh,
what
were they?
happened was, I really, yeah, they were. So they were engaged and they were all loved up, and I love me some A-Rod because he's cute and he's got those beautiful green eyes. But anyway, but then Affleck came back into the picture.
Is that what it was?
And she dumped A-Rod for Affleck.
What a downgrade.
Right?
If you were with
And he's got that
Affleck
stupid tattoo on his
first,
back.
because they were together in the early 2000s.
Yeah,
if they're an ex, you don't get back with them. Move on.
Everyone knows that you can't go home. You can never go home. Right?
Quit.
The reasons why they broke up were always going to be evident, even 20 years later, because he's a grumpy piece of shit.
Yeah.
And he's got that stupid fucking tattoo on his back. Insert picture here, please, because it's fucking stupid. And people need to know what he's fucking capable or not capable of.
Yeah.
And, she's a little, she's J-Lo and everything. And I'm going to controversially say she's a bit of a hoe bag.
That was no secret, I don't think.
Jennifer Lopez.
J-Ho.
But usually what happens with women like this is when they go through all of these marriages, it turns out that the reason why they're not connecting with men is because they find out later in life that they're homosexual.
I don't think that's the case with J-Lo. I
don't think it is, but
yeah,
I don't think it actually is. And you know what? I don't actually think we want her, but
no, I wouldn't.
But having said that, that's usually what happens when people get married over and over and over again. It turns out that the reason why it's not happening with said spouse is because they don't like that gender.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
But there are some great people who have been married multiple times who are just Pamela Anderson. Did you ever watch her documentary? Her big thing was,
I
I'm
did.
just a romantic.
I love Pamela.
And after watching that documentary, I didn't care either way about her, but after watching that documentary, I had so much respect for her that it wasn't funny.
She's a sweet person.
She is. And the fact that she's like, I'm never wearing makeup again. And she looks great. With no makeup on for her age, considering the abuse that she's put her body through.
Yeah.
She looks great. And now she's actually coming into her own. She's got this movie out that everybody is saying is fantastic.
Yeah.
And I was watching,
I think, a 12-minute ovation at
Yes. And Jamie Lee Curtis is going
Jamie Lee Curtis was crying and hugging Pamela because of this movie.
Yeah, but here's the best thing about Jamie Lee Curtis. I mean, we could go all day, but I'm telling you, she celebrates women. She celebrates people. She
Mm.
celebrates people, but she celebrates women in particular.
Yeah.
She's like, you cannot get to the top unless somebody like me who has gone through all of the shit picks you up and raises you just that little bit further. And that's what
Yeah.
she does,
Yeah.
right? And she said something once, and I'm going a little bit off topic, but she was on an interview on a radio station here in Australia. And she was talking about, she said, she goes, please do not ever feel sorry for me because I have more than enough money to survive. But even successful, ultra successful actors and actresses are unemployed more times than they're employed.
Mm.
And I know that we have segued into totally different things from your music minute.
Oh, that's fine. This is why I like conversations that us travel elsewhere.
But yeah, it's like when Jamie, I just love Jamie Lee Curtis.
She's incredible. I love her.
That woman is a fucking icon, and she won an Emmy. She's got an Oscar,
Yeah.
an
Mhm.
Emmy. I think she's got a Grammy. I think she's got a spoken
Sounds
word
right.
Grammy. Yeah. So, do we have anything else that we need to discuss? Because we've really gotten into nitty gritties.
We have. This has taken off this one.
It
Oh,
has. So,
so
sorry
hilarious.
if this has gone a little bit long, people out there. I'm not going to say guys, people out there. I'm not going to say ladies and
Everyone.
gentlemen, everyone. Sorry, it's gone a little bit long, but you know what? These things happen.
Mm-hmm.
So, thank you for watching and listening to us.
Yes.
Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, the bell for notification on the podcast streaming platforms. 5 stars. You can talk shit about us in the comments. That's
Yeah.
okay. We'll get over it. You know, we'll
Mm-hmm.
whatever.
Find us on social media at PGTR Podcast.
Mm-hmm. And on the Instas and all of that other stuff, we're on all of those. We have actually been led to believe that it turns out we do have a TikTok.
Yep. With nothing on it.
With absolutely nothing on it. So you can go there, but you're not going to see anything at this point in time.
Which should be
Also,
fun.
if anybody ever gets the chance, the Sydney shows are just about to finish this weekend, but there are other ones going around the country. If anyone ever gets the chance to see the drag parody of Life in Lockdown at Fountain Lakes with Art Simone, we actually went to see it, and I haven't laughed so much in my whole entire life. It is hysterically funny.
Mm-hmm.
It is so good. It is camp. There's audience participation and interaction. And yeah, it's just basically a drag parody of Kath and Kim and Sharon, and it was fucking great. It was so good. So if anyone gets a chance to do that, go and do it.
Yeah.
As usual, I love you. And I love everybody, including Ego, and thanks. And we'll see you
2 more
for
weeks.
a Halloween episode in 2 more weeks.
Woo.
So peace out, bitches, and thanks for watching Pop Goes the Rainbow. Pop goes the rainbow. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.